Today we are hearing from Saints quarterback coach Andrew Janocko. So we did a video back when Janocko got hired, but I haven't heard or seen the man. He was basically Bigfoot. He's basically the Loch Ness Monster, and now here he is. So I'm not sure what he's going to talk about, but I'm excited to hear his voice. I'm excited to hear what he's got to say. The young, innovative, offensive coaching staff that we have inherited or we went and got, I think is injecting a ton of energy into the Saints and a ton of energy and a ton of hype and reasons to be excited. So I'm interested to hear what he has to say. So let's go ahead and take it away here. This is New Orleans Saints' own YouTube channel that's provided this video. So let's hear what Andy's got to say.
It's actually been a lot of fun. We kind of got together right from the get-go, got to work. He's an unbelievable person, competitor, works hard. So we kind of just got to...
Did we just start with an answer? What just happened? Did I miss the question?
It's actually been a lot of fun.
Boom, we're jumping straight with an answer. No context, no question. Unbelievable cinematography. I mean, this is unbelievable videoing. This is something you do not see too much of. I mean, this is Martin Scorsese, get on the line. Steven Spielberg, get on the line, because very rarely do you see this. I have no clue what the question was. I have no clue what the context was. We're just going to let Andy roll with it, and we'll just go from there.
We kind of got together right from the get-go, got to work. He's an unbelievable person, competitor, works hard. So we kind of just got to jump into it, both feet, and hit the ground running. So it's been a lot of fun so far, just putting it together, seeing the things that he likes, putting the player in the best position, executing Clint's plan, and playing fast.
Okay.
Obviously, he's a veteran guy.
All right, so he's talking about Clint. So he's talking about Clint Kubiak, and Janocko's goal here is to communicate Clint's plan and strategy and scheme, communicate that to Carr, coach Carr up enough to where Carr is comfortable running this offense.
I've seen a lot in this league, but what's the adjustment been like?
First, I think it's been pretty good. There's a lot carryover from things he's done throughout his past, throughout his career, and then there's some new stuff that we've asked him to do that he's really embraced, and it's been a lot of cool communication between him, myself, Clint, just to get everybody on the same page.
So we've talked about, look at Groupie. Oh my God. Look at the boy. Look at Groupie. I mean, is a PED suspension incoming? Drug test incoming for Groupie? Look at the arms. Look at the pythons. I mean, those might be, it's hard to tell from here. We might be looking at double-digit arms, double-digit size arms on Groupie this year. This guy hit the ground running. I cannot believe he might have borrowed one of that shirt from one of the cheerleaders. I love what I see from Blake. God bless. So Janocko here, before Hollywood Hulk Groupie stopped by in the background here. Before he stopped by, so Carr, I like Carr to run this offense. It's an offense where you're not asking the quarterback to do much. You're asking the quarterback be able to read what's happening at the line, be able to read the defense, be able to read pre-snap. We're going to throw a lot of motion at you. We're going to throw a lot of motion. We're going to have a lot of movement. We're going to have a lot of pre-snap creativity. These are things that are facts, ladies and gentlemen. All right? These are things that are true. We don't know what the offense will look like as far as like execution, results, all that. We don't know that, but we do know what they're going to try and do. I broke it down before. We know that Clint Kubiak, in his entire time as an offensive coordinator or whatever, offensive counsel or analyst or whatever, the positions he's held throughout his career, in every position, if he is tied to the offense, they're going to run plays with two or running back formations 30-ish% of the time. Like, we know those things are going to happen. That's why he was hired. San Francisco does it. Clint has done it separately from San Francisco. Like, we know some little tidbits of what's going to happen. So we know the pre-snap motion, all that's going to be there. We know that the offense and the formation, the sets are going to be brought in. We know it's not going to be a typical air raid-esque West Coast offense that we're thinking of 10 years ago, where it's 5 wide, spread out, empty back, quarterback gets back there, and you try and play basically 7-on-7. That is not what we're going to see either. It's going to be this brought in, condensed formations, a lot of pre-snap motion, a lot of running backs. We're going to have multiple running backs on the field at the same time. We're going to utilize tight ends, 2 wide receiver sets. We're going to see all that, and it's going to be up to Carr to efficiently run that engine, make the smart decision, and the efficient, quick throw. What you will not see a lot of is Derek Carr dropping back, big, long drop back, slow developing routes. You will not be seeing that. So with all that said, I think Carr is a great quarterback to do that. He's been in the league for a decade. He's seen NFL defenses for a decade. He should be pretty good at reading and efficiently deciding what to do. What is Carr, when Carr has been bad, what's happening? He's getting pressure. He's holding the ball too long. He's panicking. He's rushing. That's when he gets in trouble. This offense should eliminate a lot of that because there shouldn't be time to get pressured. There shouldn't be time to hold the ball too long. Now, will it happen? Sure, right? Not every play is the same. Not every play is perfect. No doubt. So you will see Carr get sacked. You will see Carr hold the ball too long. But hopefully this offense, it just inherently eliminates a lot of those moments.
Not to give away the shot, but what are some of the new things that you guys are kind of after this week?
Well, it's just as far as getting back to training his feet in the way that we like within our offense, training his feet, training his progressions, understanding our nomenclature, the way we're going to call plays, the way we're going to call motions. That's all stuff that, just a continuous effort to get everybody together.
What are just kind of, this might be a weird question, but just what are like maybe 2 or 3, like kind of like your pillars of like coaching? Like what are the kind of things you want the QBs hanging their hats?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is we're going to have an open line of communication. Everybody's got.
Is this Carr back here running wind sprints directly in front of the camera? I mean, I'll give Derek Carr this, man. He knows where the camera is. I respect that a lot. You got to know where the lens is. He saw the lens. He saw Janocko. He saw Janocko getting interviewed, and what happened? Derek Carr said, guess what? It's time. It's time to put on a show. It's time. It's either CM Punk or Derek Carr. He said, let's get the, it's got to be Carr because of the sleeveless hoodie with the horrific scissor job. Don't Google that, ladies and gentlemen. This is a family channel.
First thing is we're going to have an open line of communication. Everybody's got to trust each other. They're going to trust that we're going to put them in the best position. And, we're going to trust that they go execute at a high level. And then, obviously, we're going to listen to our feet. Our feet are everything. We're built from the ground up. And then just decisive decision making, playing fast, being committed to what you decide, and letting it rip.
Can you imagine what that clown Pete Carmichael would have said? Like, really, Andrew Janocko's shirt. Can y'all see this? Andrew Janocko's shirt. I'm going to move the camera a little bit here. Can y'all, hold on a second. Let me move it here for y'all. Y'all see his shirt? It says, listen to your feet. Unbelievable. It says, listen to your feet, and that's his first pillar. Unbelievable. Can you imagine what that clown, that walking circus clown, Barnum and Bailey himself, Pete Carmichael, what he would have said? Do you think he would have said, listen to your feet, built from the feet up, built from the ground up, all this like really technical, all this like really like deep quarterback stuff? Hell no. There's no telling what Pete would have said. He would have been slobbering all over himself. Janocko, what an answer. What an unbelievable answer. He's talking about progressions. He's talking about his feet. He's talking about efficiency. I mean, I thought Rex Ryan was the only head coach or only coach that was talking about feet. You know what I'm saying? But I love what I'm hearing from Janocko. Let's get analytical. Let's get deep. Let's get statistical. Let's get real down into the weeds. I love it, Andy.
Well,
What about you and Clint? You think kind of works well? You guys been together for a while.
Yeah, that's like we've known each other for a long time. Just trust each other. I trust him. Try to do a good job for him. His whole family. It's been really important to me and my development as a coach. So I think it's just us being on the same page. Me trying to anticipate what he wants and go to work for him the best of my ability.
How do you view the QB room just kind of overall?
I think it's a great competitive room. A bunch of smart guys, a bunch of competitive guys, a bunch of guys that are hungry.
That has definitely seemed true. Like a smart, competitive room. We're hearing a lot about Rattler and Hainer, and what a great treat for Janocko to have a veteran quarterback, but also have a couple of guys competing that he can develop. I mean, that's fantastic too.
Hungry and want to win. Those are the type of players we want in that room. It'll be fun to see those guys compete every day. They compete with each other in in the room. They compete with each other on the field. They go play golf with each other, which I'm gonna get Hayner's handicap here eventually, but I haven't gotten there yet.
I hear he's good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Impressive, guys. How do the dynamics change when it's a room where you have two young draft picks like so close together? You don't see that a lot. Does that
Good question.
kind of change
No.
how any things approach?
No, I think it's, getting the right people in the room. And when you add people to an organization, when Mickey and those guys, when they bring people in, they know the type of people they're going to bring in after them. So it makes it easy on a coach. You go in and you can say, hey, these are the type of people we want. These are the type of players we want. They go out, find them, and then it's easy to get to go to work.
I love that answer too, because we assumed early on, that the new coaching staff, Janocko, Clint, everybody else, would have a big time say in what kind of players they were bringing in. Janocko just alluded to just that. Like, hey, we know what kind of people we want in here. I'll say this. Am I drinking some copium? Am I drinking the hype? Maybe. But for these coaches to be young, Andrew Janocko, Clint Kubiak, hearing them in interviews, I feel so much more confident with just what they're saying, how they're talking, the things they're talking about, than listening to some of the people we've listened to in the past, a.k.a. Pete Carmichael. Like, and even to an extent, Dennis Allen. I'm not going to say Dennis is fixed either, but just hearing Clint Kubiak and Janocko, these guys, I know this goes without saying since they're NFL coaches, but these guys know ball. These guys are talking about ball. These guys are talking about roster construction, like the ins and outs of plays, the ins and outs of technique, the ins and outs of styles and schematics and strategy. It's not just, PC answers that don't mean anything. You can tell. And the fact that we're hearing this kind of stuff from these guys this early on, I'm excited. I really am excited because to me, we have coaches that, and I'm not even saying I'm excited for this season because people are going to be in the comments sniffling and, typing that we're going to be bad this year and that we can't win with Dennis Allen and Derek Carr and all this other stuff. I'm not even talking about that. I'm not even talking about winning. I'm not even talking about this season, just the future, just having these guys in the building, creating some kind of a culture, creating some kind of a, it feels the same as when I hear the Mike McDaniels and the Sean McVay and the Kyle Shanahan. When I hear them talking, Kevin O'Connell, when I hear them in interviews, it's like, man, these guys, this cat knows football. Like, this guy is in the weeds. He's in the spreadsheets. He is looking at game film. When you hear Mike McCarthy give an interview or Dennis Allen give an interview, it's like this guy's just saying the same played out stuff that every coach thinks they're supposed to say. This guy's living in 1997. This is refreshing. It really is. This is refreshing to me. I've really enjoyed this interview. By the way, the audio is messed up. I don't know if y'all heard the audio.
Training his progressions.
You can hear
understanding our nomenclature, the way
that kind of robotic noise. You can really hear it when they're asking questions. Let me get to Nick's question. You can really hear it with Nick's question.
We two or three, kind of your pillars of coaching. What are the kind of things you guys you want?
So for all of you who are journalists or want to do editing or anything like that, what that is. So that robotic underwater kind of noise, that kind of underwater effect, what happens is I guarantee you it was windy this day, and I guarantee you the Saints, whoever's doing their audio, and I'm sure they're watching the channel, so this is a little free tip from me. What they tried to do was noise removal. So they tried to go in, section out the audio, and they tried to remove the wind. The problem is when you over edit audio and when you start to do too much noise removal or too much manipulation to the audio, whether it's a compressor or, like I said, a noise removal or a balancer or an equalizer or anything like that, sounds like a bunch of Denzel Washington movies. The balancer, the equalizer, the compressor. But whenever you do that, it takes all of the personality out of the audio. And it makes the audio sound very robotic, like you're underwater. So how every single person kind of sounded the same and every single person sounded like they were very robotic, very underwater, that's why. So for whoever's doing this audio next time, you're better off just trying to put a pop filter or something to kill the wind in pre, before you do the recording, put it on the microphones, put it on them, get one of those the Rode lav mics with the wind buffer on it. Get that. Don't mess with it that much in post. Audio is one of the things that's worse. The more you mess with it in post, you want to do as much as you can in pre. Okay, so that's a free tip. I mean, we're talking football. I've got 7 different YouTube channels. We're doing wrestling, gaming. I'm dropping 10-kill Fortnite games on my gaming channel. I got a Madden franchise. We're almost into our 3rd season. I'm breaking down NFL at an unbelievable level. We're the fastest growing channel in sports media. And I'm offering basically a TED Talk, basically a free 101 course in audio editing. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, get on down in the comments below. Let me know if you've enjoyed this video, what you thought about Andrew Janocko. I will see you in the next video.